Hello, hello, hello. You're tuning into another episode of The Wunderkind Show. Today's first topic, Jeremy Fowler. So, look, we all know who that is. And it's the resident Baltimore Ravens / Lamar Jackson hater. And ESPN simply employs him to be just that. But he puts out a story that I'm pretty sure every Raven fan has heard now because it's been all over Twitter, okay? And I'm going to read the report, and then we're going to go into it, okay? The report states, right, that the Ravens would have considered drafting QB Will Levis in the first round had Lamar Jackson not agreed to a contract extension prior to the draft. After talking to people around the NFL, Fowler also believes that finalizing a deal for Jackson before Thursday night was prudent for Baltimore. Look, hey, words, I don't even have words to describe how I would have felt if Baltimore took that course of action and let's just say an extension was not worked out. I promise you, if I would have saw Will Levis in a Baltimore Ravens uniform, this song would summarize exactly how I would feel. That's exactly how I would feel. Look, let me be real with y'all. I put this out. I'm happy Will Levis got drafted. I understand when, heartache, when you put so much into something and it doesn't turn out the right way. Will Levis got a first class, dissertation on that feeling. And it even harkens back to Lamar sitting in the green room waiting to be called. And at least Lamar was called. Will Levis wasn't. He had to go home, and he totally refused to come back the next day. He's like, look, I'll just stay home and just do it with my family, and hopefully I'm picked in day 2. So I'm totally rooting for the guy. But make no mistake about it. I don't see Will Levis's ceiling being anything remotely close to a Lamar Jackson. Look, I think that, thank God, matter of fact, thank God that this did not happen. Because let me tell you something right now. If that would have happened, there would have been big and major problems in Baltimore. This would the repair of the there would have been no repair of the relationship. This probably would have been the final nail in the coffin. You understand where I'm coming from? There would have been no coming back from that. None. And I'm just happy that Jeremy Fowler is so used to blowing smoke up where for the Baltimore Ravens, because so far everything that he has said has been wrong. So that's what I'm happy about knowing. If Jeremy Fowler, it's almost 100% fact. I think it's like 99.7, 99.8 or something like that. I think the exact number is like 99.78567671883% of the time. He's wrong when talking about the Ravens. So and if y'all don't believe me, y'all can go do the math yourself. I did it. I got a calculator. So I'm happy he's always wrong, because in that reality, I don't see us. I see this fan base fracturing from the foundation, because it would not just say we're done with Lamar Jackson. It would, think about it, there's no Zay Flowers. Y'all get that? Like, there's no Zay. So it would be OBJ, Bateman, and him, Will Levis. Or Tyler Huntley, until Will Levis is ready. That's not good. Yo. And listen, I've stated this before and I meant it. right? And I want to make sure it comes out exactly how I feel and how it sounds. If Lamar Jackson, God forbid, it went to another team, because he already let you know that he didn't want to go nowhere. It was a negotiation tactic, which I brought up in one of the previous episodes. But let's just say he ended up on a different team. I promise you that team would be in the Super Bowl or in Super Bowl contention for a multitude of years. It wouldn't even be like, what are we even talking about? I'm talking in the first 2 years, the team that he would have went to would have won the Super Bowl. Could you imagine if this was the case and he went to the 49ers? My God. And think about it. The only team that they would really have to worry about would be Philly. Because we already know they're going to run roughshod over Dallas, roughshod over the Minnesota, roughshod over the Packers, roughshod over the Giants. Like, there's no comparison. The only true team that they would have to worry about if he went to the 49ers would be Eagles. Just thank God this guy's always wrong. I read this and I was like, ugh. You ever get that bad taste in your mouth when somebody that you don't like talk and you hear them just say something absolutely despicable and you're like, ugh. That's what I got listening to this guy. Every time he comes up, he frustrates me. He is cut from the same cloth of a Mike Florio and a previously mentioned Doug Gottlieb. And look, I'm going to be real. It would hurt me. It would hurt if Lamar Jackson wasn't our quarterback because it's my favorite player on my favorite team. So we're talking about this is the perfect marriage for me. You know, it rarely happens that way. You'll love a player from a different team, but you always root for your team. Lamar Jackson is my favorite player, and he plays for my team. So if they were to divorce, I would be hurt from my heart, from my inside, like a child crying out for help. Heart just breaking. Help! I can't take no more. I'm telling y'all, I'd be in pain. I'd be crying on this platform. But yo, Nitro got another episode of him crying. Babe, for real, turn it on. Straight up. So, yeah, look, I'm just happy that didn't come to fruition. But here's my thing. Do you know why you're hearing all these other reports about Lamar, about the Baltimore Ravens? Let me tell you why, so everybody understands where I'm going from. They are scared. Look, make no mistake about it. Baltimore will never be the prom king like some other teams are in the eyes of the media. That's not conjecture, that's fact. You understand? We're not the belle of the ball. You understand where I'm coming from? We're the proverbial underdog almost every single year that we have been in the inception of this team. Now, when you think about a Lamar, who is literally that also, they're scared. Because I keep putting this into the mind of everybody that listens to this. It's not Lamar. It's what he represents. It doesn't matter what Lamar Jackson says. Okay? It doesn't matter what the Baltimore Ravens says. It's about how they are both perceived. And how they are perceived is Lamar and the Ravens, they represent anarchy. Make no mistake about it. Y'all don't seem to understand this. When you look at somebody like a team that embraces certain players, like a Ray Lewis when he was going through what he was going through, a Lamar Jackson with the media absolutely hating that he represents a QB in the NFL, everything about QB1 frustrates them. It's not just that he proved them wrong. It's that in their mind, he shouldn't even have been given the opportunity to prove them wrong. I'm speaking something now. I need y'all to listen. It's not just his success. It's the way he talks. It's the way he walks. It's the way he dresses. It's his hairstyle. You heard a lot of it during the press conference. People were bringing up his hair. Even that being a problem within the media and a lot of the fan bases that the media feeds off of. Everything that he does, even him being his own agent, it doesn't matter what he says. In their minds, he's anarchy. Lamar Jackson can come out tomorrow and be like, look, you know what I mean? I'm just a guy. I'm just a guy that wants to do for himself and prove to himself that I could do certain things. They would twist it into something negative. Because when somebody represents something that you don't agree with or something that you deem against the system, no matter what they do, they're going to be viewed and regulated as the villain. You understand? Have you ever watched Matrix? Yeah. You ever watched The Matrix? A lot of people don't understand that movie's concepts because Neo is actually not the protagonist. He's the antagonist. The protagonist of that movie is not Neo. It's through the perspective of Neo, but he's not the protagonist. No. The protagonist is the Matrix itself. You understand? Hence why it's called the Matrix. It's not called Neo. He's the antagonist. If they would think about it, in the Matrix movie, if they would have left him alone, he would have never did anything to try to become the one. But through the perspective of the Matrix itself, Neo was evil. He was a problem that had to be dealt with. They were just having problems dealing with him because he had certain abilities that were afforded to him that made it very difficult for them to rid him out of the system. You understand? That's Lamar. That's Lamar. And once again, you have to understand where I'm coming from. It's through their perspective. And through their perspective, he's not the hero. He's the villain. Baltimore Ravens are the villain. This fan base will always be viewed as villains. It's kind of funny where our colors are black and purple and the Raven is our mascot. It's almost poetic. So when you hear these guys come out, you hear what they have to say. It's because they have a deep hatred for this team. And Lamar perpetuates all of it in a 360 circle. Perfectly spherical. And no matter what he does, no matter what he says, he'll never be given the true just of the moment because he's not supposed to be the hero of the story. Like Shrek. He's not supposed to be the hero. You have Prince Charmings, the Prince Charmings, you know what I mean? Like the Joe Burrows, the Josh Allens, the people that they try to perpetuate throughout the media. No. He's just a guy. And Shrek is a perfect analogy because Lamar is a perfect guy that gets it out of the mud. Got it out of the mud. He did it with everybody lining up pitchforks to get him out of there. He did it with nothing but sheer will and determination. And let me tell you something, because y'all going to go through this in your own lives. We're not all viewed as heroes. You're going to go through life and meet people that no matter what you do, no matter how good you are, no matter what you say, you're the antagonist of their story. It doesn't matter what you do. Everything you do is just adding to your villainous story. The poisonous, venomous sputum that you spew out every time you speak and talk. You understand? So like I said, this is not just football. This is life. That's why you hear so many players say, I can't do nothing about the hate. I just keep doing what I have to do because no matter what they do, it'll never change. So for everybody that needs to, Mike Florio will never change. Doug Gottlieb will never change. And Jeremy, he'll never change. So let's stop worrying about him and giving him any more of our time. Because guess what? In this reality, 8 is a Raven for the next 5 years. And you can believe that. And that's another episode of The Wunderkind Show! Thank you all for watching. Like I always say, it's all fun and games, but it's rooted in fact and truth. And you know that's the truth. So if you have not already done, please do remember, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave a comment. I love commenting with you guys. Just be respectful to other people, and we got no problems. And if you would like to donate to this channel, at the bottom of the screen is a QR code for a Cash App. That's where all donations go. You can find it also in the description of every video that we do, okay? Everyone. And the name of it is $The Show. Also, anybody that's donated before the last couple days, I wasn't able to process it because Cash App was acting up. It is back up and running. So if you want to make a donation, go right ahead. It's very appreciated, okay? And if you would also like to join the Patreon that is up for this channel now, it gives you access to the Discord. It gives you access to questions from subscribers. You could talk to me directly. And it gives you the ability to win free merch. And we'll be doing a fantasy football league this upcoming season. So once again, this is The Wunderkind Show. This is your host, Nitro, signing off. And as always, you guys knows my slogan. Peace. And I am out of here. Yarp!